We're here.
There we go. Okay. Well, here, let's do the thing. Do the
Yeah.
thing.
A podcast paragraph episodes of Reverse.
Well, hello there. Not your usual host here, but here I am in all my glory, Punky Brewster, to guide you guys through season 3, episode 4 of Dead City, entitled Found/Lost. I'm joined by, oh yeah, who goes first?
Jason was first.
Okay,
I'm
Jason.
Jason. I'm at Neil's the one on all your favorite socials.
And I'm Rob at Rob Stuff and Things. You can find me on TikTok and YouTube.
And it's happening immediately.
And-
I have to go away immediately. This is horrible.
Okay.
Horrible timing. Horrible timing.
We'll just
Anyway,
talk
why
about the
don't-
title. It's fine.
Yeah. Why don't you
Yeah.
guys get started? Yeah, we're here, and you know what? Don't let me forget. Halfway through, I gotta do like a ad break. You know what I mean? So
Oh,
yeah, I'll
we
be
have-
back
we have-
in
we have
just a
ads.
moment. Yeah, I'll be right back.
Maggie.
So what's going on, Jason?
We
How'd you
do.
like the episode?
I liked it. It
Yeah.
was kind of up and down for me. Like
Mm.
some parts, overall I liked it, but some parts I was like, oh, they're going here, but then they didn't. I'm like,
I
oh, they're
mean,
going to go here, and then they kind of went a different
Yeah.
way. So
I mean,
did
I
like
kind
the
of liked.
outcome.
Yeah, I liked the hopefulness of the episode.
Yeah,
Like, we don't
very
get a lot of
hopeful, right?
joy in The Walking Dead in general,
No.
so it was very, very
So
nice.
I didn't know
to see,
how to take
an
that at
episode.
first.
It was just a nice change of pace. I think they actually, I think they did it very well, and I like the internal struggle for. Obviously, we'll talk about more about this going on, but like
Mhm.
Maggie's internal struggle with having feelings for someone else.
Yeah.
Because obviously that's what's going on. And she even says, someone who wants to let herself live. And I
Right.
think, I think even the audience has that internal struggle. Like, you can't betray Glenn, but like, it's been 15 plus years since he passed. Like, her son's a teenager. Like,
Mhm.
I think Glenn would want him. I'll save this for when everyone's here, but I think Glenn would want her to move on. But
Yeah.
what was the
No,
title again?
totally.
Was it Found and
It's
Lost?
Found/Lost.
So Lost and Found.
Or Lost and Found, yeah, backwards.
Yeah.
Wow, I mean,
What do you think that means?
so yeah, found. They found this new person called the Traitor.
Mm-hmm. Which, if you don't know what we're talking about, that sounds like the Traitor. But
Yeah, that's what I thought at
Like-
first too. I was like, are they going to be trading things, or are they like a traitor to humans and they're
Like,
in for a trap? Like,
that's
I didn't know
that
how
on
to
the
take
nose.
that.
I'm the traitor. Don't trust me.
hmm Yeah, but luckily we found out that it was
Yeah.
the way it should have been.
I thought the same.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I was like, that seems like a dumb name if you're actually a traitor. That
Mhm.
seems stupid on your
Right.
on your part.
Also, what I understand the need for like difference in The Walking Dead. Like, they want to have someone who's like the outfits. Like, what? Where is she going?
Where do you get that nice fade? And like,
right? Like, where is she going in the
flat-topped
middle
it
of
up.
upstate New York in the woods? Like, who
Yeah.
knows? But like,
she's a traitor.
Yeah,
Guess she
why?
can get gear.
It
extremely
was
well
like
kept.
was like a mix between Prince and Blade,
Yeah.
the costuming.
Blade.
I was like, what is happening? It's like it didn't fit like the cabin scenario.
Right at all.
Mhm.
Just didn't fit.
No.
I'm gonna go over to the chat because we have David Cameo
Oh yeah,
in the chat. In the
of course
chat,
he is.
yes, of course.
He's at a party.
And he's saying, you know
Freaking
what,
be-
everybody, like this freaking video, okay?
Yeah.
Like it. And he says they're
Smash
doing it
that
without
like
me
button.
today. Smash that like button for real. You should have let the stream breathe first before putting up the title sequence. Pff, you can't micromanage me. You're not here. Where's Ray? I don't know. I am not my brother's keeper. Yeah, I
And
can
Sharon
see
D
that-
might join us later, right?
Yes, she is trying. She is trying. Dave, I can see your chats. Obviously, I just read them. Calm down. Calm down. You're okay. You're okay.
24
I know it's killing
in
you
the chat.
inside, but you'll be fine. You'll be fine. It's just hurting him, you know? It's hurting him to not be here. To not what is happening? All I wanted to do was pull this up so I could like the freaking thing. What is going on with YouTube lately? Truly.
Who knows?
Truly.
I never
they're making
have a good
so
time.
many changes. I am forced to now pick my ads.
What?
Yeah, you want to skip?
I mean,
no,
I guess-
but you can next.
Do I want personalized ads or do I want generic ads? Why are you asking me to do that, YouTube? I don't care for that at all.
That's dumb.
That is dumb. Anyway.
I'm ignorant to. I've been paying for YouTube for the last 15 years at this point, so I'm just never gonna stop paying
Okay.
for it.
Yeah,
'cause
premium.
well, it started off as YouTube Red, like when I was actually getting shows with it, like things
Yeah.
for YouTube, but they stopped doing
Yeah.
that. So now I just get ad for YouTube, which is fine. So whenever I let Parker watch anything on my phone, there's no ads, so he doesn't get upset, and then he picks up my wife's phone to like watch Miss Rachel or whatever, and all of a sudden an ad will pop up, and he'll get really upset, like make this go away. But anyway,
Even he knows, yeah.
Even
Ads
he
suck.
dislikes ads. Yeah, ads are
Yeah.
the worst. Anyway, Dave is out of here, so everybody say goodbye to David. Bye,
bye,
Dave. We'll-
Get out of
we'll
here.
be fine.
This is our
Yeah,
show
see you,
now.
babe. See you, babe. We'll be fine. Okay, so you guys were talking about found lost.
hmm
What an awkward way to place that. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
normally lost. It's normally lost and found. This is like found or lost. I don't know. It's
Like-
a little bit weird.
Means the same thing. Hey,
Charity's
here.
And Sharon, you're looking like very clear today,
Yeah.
like crystal clear.
Wow.
I know. It's awesome.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but
Well, I like that I can see you and you're not like pixelated, so I enjoy
Well,
it personally.
give it a few minutes and we'll see how it goes because
Okay, so we were talking about the title Found Lost. Anything else you guys want to say about that?
I mean, I think it pertains to Maggie finding what she lost when she
Mhm.
lost Glenn in terms of like connection with other people other than like emotionally and romantically. Finding that connection again, which is hard without feeling like you're betraying Glenn.
hmm
Yeah.
And at the same time, losing their ring, right?
Yeah.
At the very end. Just thought about that.
She'll
Yeah,
find
they're
it.
not getting that back, right? Because
She'll find it again in the
Earthquake,
crack.
there's no way. Yeah. Unless, right, Bridget, it rolled under a dumpster.
Yeah,
That
that's
would
what
be-
Rachel said. Yeah, Rachel's a big believer in things rolling under the dumpster. So yeah, that's
I
probably
mean,
where it
it's
is.
Glenn's ring. It's where it'll end up.
Well, you
So
know,
it should be.
nothing's gone till it's gone. You know.
Nothing's gone until you find it under the dumpster.
Okay, I'm gonna have to pass the baton over to Sharon D because this is no longer working. So I will
what
be
you gotta
back
do.
in a little while. Sorry.
Well, I had a really good idea earlier, and like a dummy, I did not write it down. But I did have a good found lost thing. I like
We talked about the trader already.
right. So the other settlement that they went to,
Mhm.
they found a different kind of peace because they lost the real world.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So they
Right.
got away from the screens and the phones, and you know how nice that sounds. Like, how good would it be
It does.
to
It's a
be able
huge,
to separate yourself from the phone.
right. It's a huge selling point for the apocalypse. Like, you guys all
Yeah.
have
I mean,
normal life again. Like, remember back
right,
to the
right,
'90s, even before then.
right, right. I
Yeah.
mean, back when there were only 3 channels, literally, and like that's what you had to choose from, not the entirety of media ever known to man at your
know.
fingertips. It's like overwhelming sometimes.
It very
So
much
like
is.
I agree, I like that they, they lost that, but they found peace and harmony in nature. And
In
like
community.
I don't want to be, I'm not like a person that wants to go back and live in the 1800s or anything like that.
No,
Like,
not that
I'm
far.
not
Not that
trying to
far.
go to be primitive or anything, but it is a nice idea of peace. You ever watch those shows where they like have people live like in the certain time period, like they have to I mean, it's like there was
Oh.
one that was on recently where they lived like they had just settled in the Rocky Mountains in the 1800s, and they had to plow the land, and they had to plant wheat, and they had to um like they had to get their own food. Like, they didn't give them any food to start with or anything. Like, you have to
Just
get
have
your
to
own food
survive.
and everything, right? And they had to like haggle for livestock, and it was really cool. They also had to live without air conditioning and running water, and so there's some things to be said for modernity.
Sounds like I just go to Virginia and ask if I can live with the Amish for a little while, like learn how they do things.
That's just way too much work, man. They work from
Yeah.
like dawn to dusk. Like, thank you.
Back then, that was just life.
Right,
Like,
well,
you didn't
right.
have a
You didn't,
choice.
right. Well, what else was there to
Mm.
do? Because you didn't have phones or television or radio to turn to.
Mhm.
You had the Bible, literally, and people telling
Yeah.
stories, and that was it. So, I don't. Other than that,
That was a good one. That was a
well,
good
thank
one.
you.
It had both with that community.
I think Maggie is found some freedom and lost her hatred.
Oh, that's not bad. That's a good one.
At least in her mind, right? She couldn't go
Right.
through with the making out with.
Well, baby
Sorry, I don't
steps.
remember
There's
his
still
name.
there's
but,
still some walls that have to come down, but she's breaking
Yeah,
them.
baby steps. Baby steps.
Yeah. At least she's thinking about it.
She feels guilt. That's the thing, though. She's thinking about it, and the reason why it pulled back is because she feels guilty about thinking about it. That's why
Right,
she's holding
right.
on to the ring. She's
Which,
like, can I
Maggie,
let myself?
Girl,
It's been 15 years.
it's been 15 years. I mean, Herschel is old enough, like she said, to take care of himself. Which I loved the interplay between him and Negan. That was so funny.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
I did write that down because a Dusty Nun's clam palace was like, what? I was with Herschel. I was like, what did you even put those words together for, Negan? That was
Yeah.
terrible.
I saw an interview where Jeffrey was talking about how like they took Negan completely out of who he was for the last like 2 seasons.
Mhm.
Like, he was completely out of, like, dull him down a little bit, but he completely took his personality out. So he was happy that the new writers were like, no, let's bring old Negan back into the fold somewhat. Like, not necessarily go full. Obviously, he did with the Dama a little bit, but bringing back his personality and jokiness and snarkiness, like, bring that back a little bit.
I mean, I'm not entirely sad that he killed her because she was.
Oh no, no
I
one's
did-
sad
I did
about
not-
it.
I did not want an entire season of her. I was so glad when that was taken
Yeah,
out because I did not want
Right.
her for a season.
Why do we think Renata doesn't? Well, I guess she kind of said like she doesn't need to tell Maggie, but why?
Doesn't need. Well, I mean, for one thing, there's already like this little piece between Maggie and Negan and Herschel.
That's true.
Why upset that for someone who's dead and not coming back? And I mean, I feel like Negan's been somewhat happy staying with Dillard,
Mhm.
but I think
Mhm.
I think he really wants like his own thing, like his own apart, because he seemed like he was very intrigued by the offer,
Yeah.
right? Like, and Negan, it won't hurt you to live by somebody's rules when the rule is don't kill anybody. That shouldn't be super hard for you.
That's all you have to do. Yeah.
Well, maybe, and it's just a thought I had. Maybe it's so hard for him because he can't live with a community if he's not in charge. Because he
Well,
kind of
but
always kind of sits on the outside if he's not the one leading the group.
yeah, but maybe that's something he needs to get over too.
Yeah.
Same thing
true.
as Maggie needs to get over Glenn, and not get over Glenn. I don't mean make it sound so rude and crass, but
it's also true. Like you have to get over not Glenn as a concept, but just get over yourself and the fact that Glenn would want you to move on at this point. Like,
right,
I want you to be happy.
If
Yeah, I
Glenn
think
was
so.
looking down on her from heaven and said, like, you've been torturing yourself for 15 years, which I get a lot of it was taken up with trying to take care of Herschel, but
Yeah.
that doesn't mean you can't have a life, you know? Like, obviously people have been having children and such. We see little youngsters everywhere.
You saw how many kids were at that camp? I was like,
Yeah.
those all were born within the last during the apocalypse.
They don't have any TV or
they had
phones.
It's very true. And they're out in like the Adirondacks or wherever I don't know how far north they went, but they were up in like I would say they're in the Hudson Valley area, but they're still in New York.
I mean, they drove like a day and a half at least.
No. All right,
Yeah. So
like
I mean, I don't know. I'm not super familiar with upper New York State and all that. Although my grandmother, my grandmother was born and raised there. She lived in upstate New York. So, I think they mentioned Binghamton. I think they've mentioned Binghamton in one of the episodes, and that's where she was from.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Oh,
Binghamton's not far from where I lived. But like watching this episode and looking at like just the scenery, like obviously it's the woods, and if you're not familiar, it'll just look like Georgia or Virginia, wherever they've been. But like for some reason, the way that it's framed and just where they were in the cabin in the woods, it just felt like New York. I was like, that's where I've always been, and like it's just the type of foliage and the way it settles. I don't know. It just can feel that way. There's a certain type of feeling that comes out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I
love this. So
I could have seen maybe if it looked like the North Carolina mountains, like because it's the Appalachians, just a little bit further south, because that's kind of how it looks when you drive up on the Parkway here.
Mm-hmm.
But it was really pretty.
Yeah.
Do we have anybody in chat? I haven't opened up my.
Bridget's in the chat.
I'm not sure. I know. Yeah, did Riverside fix it to where we can see all the different chat in the different socials?
I don't know. I'm just pulling it up on.
Yeah, I'm not sure if
I'm just pulling it up on YouTube.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Sorry, whoever's watching. We'll get back to talking in just a second. I want to see who's in the chat.
Yep. Probably not a bad idea.
Dang it.
To pull it up here.
All right. Did anybody else think that? So last week we were talking like about how it was like prison vibes, and this week I feel like they kind of touched on like 2 or 3 different seasons, really, because we had the well walker.
Yep.
Which was possibly the most disgusting thing I've ever seen on any of these shows.
I was like, what happened with this walker? Like, that's not just water swelling. That's something else going on. But
I mean, like toxic waste or something, because it was pretty gross.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was looking like the Toxic Avenger.
Of course, he might have been down in the sewers, right?
Yeah.
Because they were, I don't know where they've been getting the water, where they found that particular batch of walkers, but it could have been like the sewers or something. That was just like the most disgusting. I've seen a lot of gross stuff on the show, and that was the one that was like, okay, that was
like when it was just whitish yellow. Sorry.
It was like, yeah.
Look, Dennis and I had just gotten up yesterday. I had just gotten out of bed because the first thing I do on Sundays is come out and watch Dead City when I get
House
up.
of the Dragon.
So Dennis and I watch that like the instant it comes out. But
yeah.
Dennis and I were sitting here watching it, and I was like, "Oh man, I can't believe we're watching this early in the morning." He's gonna be like, he's already not a huge fan. He's like, "Oh my god!" So it was disgusting. But then we also had her talk about Eugene, which was so fun. I love that she mentioned Eugene and his mullet, his Tennessee top hat. And she was talking about what season 4 with the fire truck.
No, that's 5 because that's after they leave
Season 5.
the church. That's when they separate with Glenn and Maggie and they go
off.
With the fire hose.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
there was another reference that it's not coming to me right this moment. Um,
At 28th,
oh,
28th dress 59 said that the Walker in this episode was like a walking zit.
yeah, that was disgusting.
really.
So if that goo gets in your eyes or something, it won't kill you. I mean, I guess they covered themselves in guts and stuff in the. Yeah, like I don't know. That was.
They play fast and loose with that kind of stuff.
I really don't want to
at
think
this
about
point.
that, to be honest with you. I don't even want to consider that. So,
I mean,
the
Gabriel
other
got infected and he lost his eye as a result.
right.
So something like that you would think would have the same result, but
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
The other thing that they didn't really mention it, but they kind of alluded to it was Maggie traveling when she left with Georgie, and I was reminded with them giving away the plans for the Walker-powered generator. That kind of reminded me of Georgie going around giving away the blueprints for like the windmills and stuff.
How to build infrastructure and stuff like that.
I thought that was a nice little tie-in.
Well, I think they should bring Georgie back. Honestly, like they left it ambiguous what happened to her. Like, kinda. They never really said she died. Let her show up. Be like, I was away for 15 years.
What if they get I wonder if they get the actress to come back though.
Yeah, that'd be the thing.
Did you guys notice any other like tie-ins to other seasons?
Not off the top of my head.
Maggie contemplating that she's gonna have to get down in a nasty subway car again to go get her ring, which I really did enjoy. I don't think it was like my favorite part of the episode was the subway cars after the earthquake. I just thought it was so cool looking. Like that was really neat.
No, they did a great job.
Yeah, but remember, was it season 11?
It was
when they were in the
11.
yeah, when they were yeah.
Oh right, yeah.
Acheron, is that how you say it? Acheron.
Acheron. Come up with weird titles for these shows, man.
The other thing I made me think of wasn't one of Herschel's rules like no killing? I don't remember that 100%, but
Herschel, I mean, it kind of just went without saying. He didn't even want people to kill walkers.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's what Renata meant too. You can't kill the walkers. We need them for the generator.
Do they have to be alive for that? Do they have to be moving?
Well, I mean,
decaying, right?
They don't kill them when they put them in the cages, right? Like instead of keeping them alive.
Well,
right.
Arguably,
but instead of keeping them alive, wouldn't they just kill them and like store them or whatever? But
depends, because arguably it's way easier to move something that walks than to drag a body over to where they got to move it to. So you keep it alive until you dump it in the tank and then you push.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah.
Because,
I don't. I hate that she put me in charge because I was not prepared for this.
None of us were.
It's okay. Else for the title.
Did you guys? What did you guys think of the traitor?
Well, we touched a little bit on that before Bridget left. Very weird in terms of like her outfit and the setting she was in. Because like, where is she going to get one, as Jason said, a proper fade on her head?
She was faded up and a flat top.
I'm not saying she looked bad by any means. Just that, where are you getting this done in the apocalypse?
Yeah,
up in upstate New York mountains, like, and then coming to this rinky-dink cabin where you have, I guess, not all the stuff that you trade.
Well, she could trade for it. Somebody's got to be a hairdresser
That's
somewhere.
True.
So she could have just traded for the services.
I mean, there was one in Alexandria until Rick killed her, but
I liked all of the stuff inside of her house. Like the second time I watched, I was really kind of like scoping out, and everything was really organized. Like she had all the shells in one place, and then she had like horses stuff was in one place, and then like I don't remember what all of it was, but like dolls in another place. So I found that really cool. Also, a thing I found really cool is as Maggie was walking back into the house, she passed horse heads, not real horse heads, but like decoration horse heads hanging on the
Mhm.
door, which our introduction to Maggie was
Horse.
her
No.
riding her horse into the, well, not introduction, but when she rode her horse to get Lori and everything. So I just found, I thought that was kind of cool. That couldn't have been an accident. Bridget says, yeah, but they don't need to be alive. That doesn't make a ton of sense. They aren't on a hamster wheel.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, they don't need to be alive to be in the tank, because they're just using the methane that.
Right. Well, what I'm saying is, right. I'm saying they're not alive when they put them in the tank, but they keep them alive so they don't decay. Because if they kill them, they decay, and then they're wasting the decay that should have been in the tank.
Well, are they decaying already? They're already dead.
Maybe.
They've been decaying for.
It's possible. Yeah, possible.
But I guess they haven't decayed completely.
Right.
That process has to be slow in some regard, I guess, if they're like depends, because like the ones out in Georgia were definitely like deteriorating to the point where they were bones a lot of the time, and then
do they decay faster after you kill them though?
That's what I was wondering. I was like, does the virus make them decay slower? So maybe.
I liked the buckets on the heads too. That's a pretty good idea to keep them from biting. And I did notice when I first watched it, I thought they were using the kind of things that like animal control officers use to get dogs, the long pole with the loop on the end, but it's not. It is like a pole with
like a big grabber,
like a parentheses pole going around that they put around them and hold them in place. So, which also a kind of a callback to Herschel, because that was how they handled the walkers that they put into the barn.
And he did use the pole. With
the pole. I can't get over the well walker. That just grossed me out. That was so bad.
Yeah, same
here. I get that they're trying to spark a love story with Luis and Maggie. And it's cute, right? Like, I mean, you kind of, as soon as they started doing the hand thing, do you guys do the hand thing when you're driving in your car? Put your hand out the window, because I do it. Like, Maggie, I mean, I get it. Like, for the longest time, you can't put your hand out the window because a walker might bite it or whatever. But like, you're going pretty fast, and I think you got plenty of room. So put your hand out the window. I also like that it was a wind down window. It wasn't. And I'm gonna guess that newer cars that have like electronic brains in them rather than just manual things probably do not work that well in the apocalypse. Which I'm also wondering where are they getting all the gas, because the refinery in
they threw that logic out the window.
Fear the Walking Dead, the refinery in Fear the Walking Dead, like we could at least say, hey, they're getting it from Texas or whatever, but it's gone. So are they building like walker things on the back of it, walker methane tanks on the back of the cars?
Maybe. I don't know how well a car runs on methane, but
I mean, I guess you could make it run on anything if you engineered it right.
Yeah, if you really got to know what you're doing. But
they need Eugene for that.
Right, he'd be perfect. But I wish they had, like, in terms of that, I really wish they had gone with what they did in the books, where he gets the railroad system actually working again, and they use like coal and like combustion engines, and they actually get a trade route on a railroad, between like the Commonwealth and all the other communities.
Oh, okay.
I think we talked about that a little bit when we were covering the last season of The Walking Dead. I also heard somebody, I don't remember where I saw it, but that this is like the story in the comic books with Dante. Like they're kind of putting the Dante storyline into. I haven't read the comic book, so I don't know. What was the Dante storyline?
Dante was a member, if I'm remembering correctly, I believe he was a member of the Hilltop who was always kind of hitting on Maggie, even though she wasn't reciprocating. And he was always just like, well, you're not telling me to stop. She goes, you entertain me. And then like that was it, realistically. And then he ends up dying. It wasn't really a big thing. Like she never really had an interest in him, and he's pretty sure he dies during the Whisperer War, or maybe after, but I'm not entirely positive. I'd have to go back and read it.
Pokey Brewster says, LOL, the decay is slower when they are undead. And
It
she
might
also
be.
says maybe they have a conversion process for the methane. Yeah, for I
Maybe.
guess for the cars.
Yeah.
I guess for the cars. Um, anyway, I like where they're going with this story though. Um, this I like this episode a, a lot more than the first two, and I like last week's too. But I like that they're getting lighter with it. I also enjoy that it's not like we're not up against a big bad. We're up against nature with the
Yeah.
earthquake
Mhm.
and the sinkhole and all that. Like it's not. Thank goodness, because the evil people, like there's only so many shades of evil you can put into this show and this series. So I like that we're going with nature, which is it's different because there's nothing personal about nature, right?
Mhm.
It's not like this nature's not after you; it's just happening, and you're
Yep.
there. So I like that they're going that direction.
Yeah, me
I mean,
too.
I like the idea that New York hasn't had any upkeep in since the end of the world. Nowhere has really, but for the sinkholes would happen. The streets would give out over the subway stations everywhere after a long period of time. So this makes sense that that's starting to happen, which in turn would make me not want to live on that island at all, because it's like
Right, right.
you know.
Well, I mean, the guy Fabian was his name or whatever.
Mhm.
He was like safer, yes, but better off. Well, maybe they're not safer either.
Yeah,
Safer
maybe not.
from gangs or whatever, maybe, but you're not safer from the crumbling infrastructure that
Yeah,
hasn't been like you said,
and,
hasn't been maintained in 15
and
years.
all it'll take is one building, one tall skyscraper, to be around one of those sinkholes enough that it falls and starts a domino effect, and all of a sudden everything else starts crumbling around it.
Oh, right.
So, oh, and Bridges said he doesn't die. Please correct me and
Is that
tell me.
Dante? Or...
Yeah, I guess so. Tell me, am I even on the right character? Like, I'm pretty sure I was, but
Oh,
my
okay.
memory is a little fuzzy on the comic. Been a while.
Um, I
Did you
I
see
appreciate
28th's dresses comment? Are you with them on Luis?
He mumbles. I mean, that's just the nature of his accent. I think. I think he's using. Is he using his real accent for the show?
I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder.
I will say, like, I find Luis a little bland. Like, I think he needs a little more
A little more to do.
character
Yeah.
building. I mean, we know he had a wife and she left to go look for her parents and never came back. Which nobody doesn't mean nobody, no
Yeah.
dead. So, I mean, like
Mhm.
they're gonna start a romance and then the wife is gonna show up or something. They got to do that in 4 episodes.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's gonna happen. But
Right.
so he's been married and I he's a doctor and that's it. Like, and he's a nice guy, but I feel like they need to have a little more character building with him. He's kind of bland. He needs to have something to. Maybe that's what Maggie needs now. Maybe she's had enough excitement. She needs somebody bland or something. But I mean, he's all right. Punky
Okay.
Brewster says, yeah, he likes Maggie and does have a romantic relationship
Does
with
he?
her.
Okay. I stand corrected. Again, I haven't read that arc of the comics in a while. I'm currently reading it month to month as they do the deluxe issues, but we haven't gotten there yet. So.
Ooh, okay. That's something new. Are they re-releasing these comics?
Just to go off topic a little bit, the deluxe issues have been going on since I think right before COVID happened. They've been re-releasing each issue in color, so they're actually coloring the book instead of just putting it in black and white. So it's the Walking Dead Deluxe, and at the end of each issue, you see like Robert Kirkman breaks down the writing process for each issue, and it shows like his notes of how he broke down like the plot and stuff like that. So it's a little bit, and then now there's this little kind of adjacent comic that follows the walk. Like it's the same story, but it's like written very weird. Like they made it comical almost. Like each event that happens in the book is then written again, but like comedically and very out there. I don't know how exactly to describe it.
Like
but
a
it's
what
weird.
if from Marvel?
Not a what if.
I mean, not
it's
that.
it's exactly the same
totally
thing.
in that direction,
but
yeah.
Carl is the biggest little shit in the world, and like, excuse my language, but yeah, it's funny.
It's like little things like that.
Yeah,
They
and
changed.
Shiva talks like that's what happens, like stuff like that.
Huh.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the
Dave, we do not see your chats in private chat, in the public chat.
Nope.
Yeah,
We did it
yeah,
first.
no,
He was talking earlier.
No
so you
private
can wave
chat.
on now.
I don't see him in public chat at all.
right. Yeah, not since you got here. Okay.
Bridget also says, but he isn't mentioned after the time jump, I guess. I couldn't remember that part, so we don't actually know what happened to him. So he's not the same Dante that they ran in the show.
No,
then.
I don't believe. No, not at all.
Okay.
I don't remember who Dante even is in the show.
He was the guy that was the Whisperer's plant.
Oh,
he was the
one who
Whisperer
killed
that
Sadiq.
right.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. What did you guys think of the pairing of Maggie and Luis? Do you think they're really trying to do something, or is that just like something to like make a catalyst for
both?
For Maggie,
I think. Sadly, I think what's going to happen is that she's going to open up and make her move, or he's going to make a move, and then he's going to die. That's what I think is going to happen. I think that's just going to drive her to be like, I shouldn't love anybody because they're all just going to die anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see that happening.
Or they could throw me through a loop and not do that, but we'll see.
Okay, I'm back.
Bridget. Thank goodness.
I'm back. Dave.
I know,
Dave
we're just
is
so
gone.
terrible, Sharon.
Dave is gone. Those messages are from like when we first started.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, just so you know. Yes, and you were right, Rob, to some degree about Dante. But anyway, anyway, sorry, I was like furiously typing. Like,
you're fine. Like, Rob, shut up.
No, he lived. Stop, Rob.
I mean, I actually thought that it was the same character that they did in the show, so that's why I was like,
I don't think they ever had a plant like they did in the show. That was a surprise.
Unique to the show. Yeah,
it actually was quite good for the show.
Yeah, Dante shows up before the Whispers arc, and ends up being like an advisor to Maggie, much like Jesus is. But then obviously it becomes like a little romantic. He's really well known, I guess, for making like inappropriate jokes. He jokes at the wrong time. Not inappropriate jokes, but he makes jokes at inappropriate times.
Yes.
Anyway, I mean, other than him being a romantic interest for Maggie, I don't really see him being the same character. It's too far removed. We're totally out of that story arc. Dante wasn't a doctor. Weird though that the Dante on the TV show was a doctor.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's weird. And this guy is too, so that's a little bit weird, but so okay, so I was trying to furiously type because I liked what you guys were talking about. There was a lot of interesting stuff there. So I was very furious about the comparison to the prison with the last episode. This one I was like a little more okay with some of those callbacks, I guess, because I don't know. Have I moved on? Have I accepted the campiness of this season? I don't know. Maybe.
I think you're a little more accepting of it. Maybe.
maybe I don't know.
Like,
I've grown over the last
week. It's lightening your dark heart up a little bit.
Well, that's what I was saying. I was saying to Jason at the start. This episode felt very lively and happy.
Yes,
in a lot of ways. Like for a big change for The Walking Dead.
And I see, and that's the issue I've been taking with the season is like, it's been too happy. I'm like, what's going on here? I'm waiting for the shoe to drop. And did you not think that they were drugged when they were at the festival?
I thought that was coming, right?
Because I did.
I was like, they're going to be there.
No.
The newcomers are going to be their food for the night, or
Yeah, thank you, Jason. Thank you for siding me with
that. Didn't even
for it to happen.
That didn't even.
I mean, you asked me a question. I'm just answering it.
Because like that guy didn't show up there knowing that there was people there, right? He came there to bring the apples and stuff to the trader. So I was like, why? If the trader trusts this guy to show up out of nowhere, who obviously knows her, it's not like he just is like some stranger that wandered up and was like the trader.
Unless she
So
sent
like
him.
if she can if like this guy could just show up here, then he must be okay. Like I never really thought that.
Okay, but did you
Wow.
trust the trader? Because I was like, the whole time I'm like, that's not actually the trader.
Yeah, I did.
That's what I kept thinking. I was like, that's not going to be, because of how the costuming was so ill suited to the location. I was like, there's no way that this is
She's
really
like
the trader.
She's like a Bond villain.
Yes.
Right.
My description was Prince meets Blade.
Okay.
Tell me I'm wrong, but I'm not. That's a dead on description. But
Yeah.
because of that, I was like, this isn't going to be the trader. This is like some other person. And now your van is taken. So good luck, idiots. Now you're stuck. Now you're stuck in this cabin. So for everything to go totally okay this whole episode, like you go and you eat with these people that you've never met and you're not drugged, even though I for sure thought that was coming, and the trader actually gets you what you need and doesn't seem to be an evil person, even though like you're dressed like a villain. It was just, it's all very anti Walking Dead to me.
Well, I think that's what they're going for. I think they want that change of pace, that little flip that says like we can go in a different direction and possibly make it good. It could completely fall flat on its face and be terrible. I don't know yet, but so far I'm enjoying it.
I'm unsure how I feel about it. I was really viscerally against it last week. Yeah. This week I'm maybe a little more okay with it. I don't know. I guess it depends on how I feel each week. This time I was okay with it. So the throwbacks to things like the well walker and stuff like that didn't really bother me.
How did the actual well walker bother you though? Like when it was exploding milky green.
Oh, I loved it
all over that.
It was
guy's
disgusting
face.
And it was awesome. It was so gross and it was so good. I was like, this is so disgusting.
It would have been super.
Rachel
thank goodness
really would have loved that.
Right. Thank goodness I wasn't eating cereal this morning when I was watching it.
Lucky Charms.
Is your milk.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. It's gross, but in the best possible way. Plus we've hit a point in The Walking Dead where, it's become like, oh, it's all about the people. That's everyone's complaint now, right? In the Walking Dead universe is like, yeah, we get it. It's always going to be the people. The zombies are no longer a threat. They haven't been a threat in so long. Blah, 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 blah. Reddit. And Dave, gross. Get in his mouth, Dave says. And so to me, it's kind of nice for there to be threats with the walkers again. And I'm sure it is to some degree to appease the viewers.
Well, I mean, I think with what they set up in season 11, when there were supposed to be variant walkers and they were evolving, and then just to kind of throw that out the window like it's not happening at all anymore, was kind of a rug pull. Like going into the spinoffs, that should have been the new threat. In all three of them, there should have been a thing. Like you see some of them in France with like the burners and stuff, but it's not quite the same. Like they're not the smart walkers. It's not the smart walkers.
Well, yeah, it's not. It's not the ones that can use the tools.
Right?
Now I know that
their variations are that they could be used for fuel. That's their variant.
That's their superpower.
Actually, their variation is they can be understood by Dillard. He understands what they're saying. He can.
Yeah, true.
They didn't touch on that at all this episode when Dillard was. We could hear what he was hearing from the walker in last week. Obviously, I wasn't here for that discussion, but
yeah, they let that go, I guess.
Yeah.
No, he was too busy talking about crabs and fish. Crabs, thinking the fish are birds because they can.
Oh,
fly.
right.
I mean, I get what he was saying 100%, but
I do too. Well, it's like when I was a kid and I used to be in the pool and be like, this is the only place I can fly.
We all float down here.
Oh, jeez. I got nothing.
You okay, Bridget?
Okay.
Sorry. Yes, I can hear crinkling, and I was like, Dave's gonna kill me. So I thought it
also
was my
hear that.
earrings.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought it
okay.
was my
Do
earrings,
you?
and then I thought
Okay.
maybe it was my headphones. So then I wasn't sure. Stop rustling a Werthers, will you guys? Put your Werthers away. It's not time for that.
Dave says their
Um,
variants are 87, 90, 93 octane, and E85.
We could use more of that.
I I know I feel disappointed because it was also part of the Dr. Jenner throwback thing
Right?
to in France. So
Mhm.
I thought with I thought with Daryl Dixon we'd see more of that, and then that was kind of playing into, and we did see a little bit of it, but wasn't a ton. And then I know they added it into the flagship show to try to alleviate some of the disparity between Frank Darabont's work and the later seasons, because he had them using tools in the first couple episodes,
Yep.
and then that it went away from that. So I know that they were trying to like kind of correct that, path correct that, but to throw it in so late after you've went so many seasons where we haven't seen that, and so we just kind of were like, oh well,
9
Frank
whole seasons in
Darabont
between.
liked it, and so it's not a thing anymore.
Well, actually, I can talk a little bit to that only because this question, when I did at the camp, the school with Greg Nicotero, someone asked him why did that change like from season 1, and he goes, because Greg said it's because we didn't have a rule book yet for the walkers, and Frank liked that idea. And then going forward, we set the rule book to be Romero zombies, and and that they'd be undead. They're not right. They're not going to have dexterity for tools and stuff like that. So that's what they went with. And then obviously going into season 11, they wanted to kind of bridge that gap. But I was like, why would they mutate in the first season and then just not for however many years, and then all of a sudden just be able to do it again?
Also,
I took it
it's not even Romero rules.
right. Yeah. No, they said the rule book was always changing. Like
Romero zombies do use tools, though.
Yeah, I know.
So, like, even from the beginning,
Yeah.
Day of the Dead and Dawn of the Dead, if you go into, lest us not forget Land of the Dead. Good lord, Big Daddy's
Yeah.
using tools all over the place.
What was it? Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead.
Yeah,
Where Day of the Dead was the first one Nicotero worked on.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So. But
And at that point, yeah, but see, that one has Bub, and Bub can pick up a phone.
Pub was evolving. There was also the one where there was like a half walker that was talking in, I don't remember which movie that was. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where she's like, everything hurts.
Well, to be fair, some of those campier moments are from the Return of the Living Dead movies.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh.
But Romero still made them.
Well, because Romero was okay. So Romero and Russo did Night of the Living Dead. You know what? If you want to know more about this, actually, just go to my channel. I did a whole deep dive on this. It's called Zombification Education 101. Me and my friend Aiden went through that, so just go there. And hi Daryl Seymour.
Hi, Daryl Seymour.
Hey, Daryl.
Maggie and Luis. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. Yeah. So anyway,
I just want to give you guys a heads
to the
up.
show.
We're about to have a major thunderstorm here, so if I
got
disappear,
quick, girl.
It's the wind is also blowing super hard. So if I disappear, that's what happened. So just giving you a heads up.
Got it. Okay, so where do you want to go from here? We've talked about the traitor, not the traitor, the traitor.
I know. I thought that. I kept thinking that too. Thank goodness I had captions on, because I would have thought it was the traitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't we go back to New York City, because we're kind of we're focusing a lot on like the stuff that happens in like upstate New York. So why don't we go back to in the city?
Okay.
I know you guys kind of touched on the Negan quips for this episode, and I did really enjoy that. I think it's fun to kind of go back to the old school Negan. And there's been a lot of that so far this season. Old school Negan, really, since the show started, a lot of there's been a lot of old school Negan.
Mhm.
We're definitely dropping way more F-bombs in these episodes this
Yeah.
season. Way more.
Yeah. I haven't watched the cable release, so I don't know if they're just bleeping it or if they have a completely different cut with a different
Oh.
word in there. But
Yeah,
they
that's
definitely have the
interesting.
F-bombs
No,
for
they
the
let it go.
streaming.
Yeah, no bleeping.
No bleeping.
Are you watching on cable or are you watching?
Yeah, I watched the
Alright, oh,
cable
okay.
and yeah, they.
Wow, I haven't
You're
watched
speaking
cable in
of
years.
who? Luisa's f bomb in the car. Or?
There's
That
so
one?
there's so
I mean,
many.
that
There
one,
were several F-bombs.
Negan's dropped plenty this season.
Yeah, there's been a lot more this season.
Oh, you mean like in general? Yeah, there's been
Yeah.
no bleeping. Well,
I
this is
mean-
the only.
That's interesting.
This was the first one I watched cable.
My guess is that they feel like the majority of people are going to be streaming it now, and you have
Mhm.
less restrictions on streaming.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Yeah, but
maybe.
I'm talking about, like, are they still allowed to have this many F-bombs on a cable TV
or are
show?
they doing like a different cut?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have no idea. I watch it
I
on
don't know.
Plus, so
I'd have
Yeah,
to
so
watch
do I,
both.
so.
Yeah, I would have to watch both. Daryl Seymour says, I haven't watched the previous 2 seasons. Season 3 has been okay. I liked episode 3 and other episodes have been okay. Dillard is my favorite character.
He's
And
all our
you're
favorite
correct.
character. Yes, you are
You're
correct.
correct, Daryl Seymour.
You
Also,
should go watch the
Daryl-
bear fight.
Daryl Seymour. To be honest, seasons 1 and 2 were okay.
yeah.
They're
Like-
fun.
like,
they're
yeah,
fun.
they
but they're
were
not,
okay.
They're not spectacular. Yeah.
I think Daryl Dixon seasons 1, 2, and 3 were better than seasons 1 and 2 of the show by far.
I would think that this is the weakest of the spin-offs.
For me, it's The Ones Who Live. I didn't like that show at all.
Really? Okay.
No.
Don't even
no,
engage.
I know.
I
know.
I know.
Don't even
You're allowed,
engage.
you can have your opinion. That's fine.
Don't even engage or just roll past it. It's fine.
Hey, I
My
mean,
favorite one,
I'm not.
damn it.
I'm not complaining about it. I'll go around and talk
I
bad
know,
about
I
it.
know,
I just
I know.
didn't like it. You know, it's all right.
Like I said, allowed to have everyone's opinion.
Mm-hmm. Or.
But I agree with you
things
that I
can
do
be
love
true.
Dillard. I do love Dillard. He is funny.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Jason?
I don't know. What did I say?
I don't know. He just spoke. He just spoke a second ago.
Or I'm just joking. Yeah. You know what Dave always says? Yeah, two things can be true.
Oh yeah. Don't do this. Don't do this.
Someone
to me,
has
Jason.
to be Dave. Someone has.
You and I were on the same page. I thought, don't do this to me now. Daryl Seymour says, I tried watching the first season of Dead City, but I got bored 10 minutes into it. It is very dry. It was like a very dry start.
It's also very much the same thing that you saw in the last seasons of The Walking Dead. Like, it wasn't anything new or different, really, except they were in New York.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, there were a few like the Rat King,
Rat
Walker,
King, the
and, you
bear
know,
fight in season 2.
right? I mean,
the,
there were some fun things, but like Herschel, I really just he was so annoying, and the Dama, so annoying. So, save
Krat was
my
fun.
Bane and I shall appear, says Dave.
Your Bane.
I believe in Joe Hendry. I assume that's what he's referring to, but I don't
and name. I think he
And
meant to put name.
Daryl Seymour said, I had heard that the season 2 of Dead City was bad and that they retconned Herschel's character, which is what Charity was just saying.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Hard.
yeah. We'll just leave it there. Daryl Seymour said, I have heard that Daryl Dixon is the best spinoff, but because of what they did in season 2 by killing that character, it makes season 1 feel like it's more pointless. I think it. How conscientious.
I can see that. I can see
How
that.
conscientious to
They
leave out
shouldn't have killed her.
leave
They
out the
shouldn't.
character names, to avoid spoilers. Well, how kind of you, Daryl Seymour.
We've done whole
Um,
episodes on these.
Yeah, it's okay. And yeah, we covered all of the seasons, and we definitely went into depth with our frustration about that.
Mhm.
So you can definitely go back and watch
Yes.
those.
I
don't
had
wanna
many
rehash
opinions
it.
about that.
I don't really want to rehash it
She
right
should
now.
have lived. That was so dumb.
we're just gonna move on.
Fine.
Okay, so we're in New York City. okay, after everything that has happened in the Walking Dead universe, maybe not wise to put all of your canned goods in one area.
Especially that many.
Just a thought.
Especially when you have a huge hospital building
Yeah.
that you are currently in that probably has many storage areas and closets, as hospitals do, where you could put those things.
I mean, I get to that degree, I get separating it so that it's not in your living quarters. Maybe you have like a little more control over who has access to it and who knows where it is. So maybe that's the purpose of it. That I can kind of get behind. But to that point, if you're going to be concerned with marauders because you have a giant freaking statue lit up to tell people that you're there, I would think, and Maggie was always so good about this, so this is kind of what it drives me crazy. Maggie used to have like all those secret paths to get out of like Hilltop and stuff, so that there was always a plan B. There was always an escape route. Why do you not have your canned goods separated so that if something happens, all of your food is not
You should
gone
have two
in one
stockpiles,
go?
yeah. Yep.
Right?
They should have been split in half at least, yeah.
I mean, that is a good thing to do as a rule, but also I doubt that they expected a earthquake to open up under the storage room.
Was it actually an earthquake that caused it, or was it just the street giving out? Everything vibrating.
I don't know. I mean,
I assumed it was just a sinkhole.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they called it an earthquake when they were talking about it, so that's what I went with. But I think it was more just the sinkhole opening up.
Dillard brought up that sinkhole, right?
Yeah.
That happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and pretty apropos actually, because they happen in our world also.
But as I was saying earlier, like in New York City, being that it's built on the constant subways and sewer systems under those streets, if it's not upkept, they're gonna start caving in after a while. All of them. So I wouldn't live on, like I said earlier, I wouldn't live on that island. That'd be stupid, especially once you see that it's already happened.
Oh, and especially if you can take the technology that you have developed for the walkers and you can take it elsewhere, and it's not like there's a shortage of walkers anywhere, right? You can find them anywhere you go. So I mean, I kind of agree with you. Like, oh, that's safer, but is it really safer there? Like,
no,
safer from people, maybe, but
according to,
I mean, an island is great defense wise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, but like,
there's other islands.
Sure.
I mean, but in that case, you couldn't live in Florida either because that place is sinkhole city. So
there are other islands in lakes in New York that don't have cities built on them. You can just go there.
They also wouldn't be like filled with walkers, because that's the other thing.
Yeah, that's true.
You're gonna. How long is it gonna take you to clear this island of walkers, and then what are you gonna do?
That's my question: is how many walkers are still, like the first season? They talked about how like there was a roaming chain of walkers just walking in a circle around the entire island.
Mm-hmm.
They never brought that back, did they? Did they kill that? So that gotta still be happening, and they would definitely be attracted to the Statue of Liberty lighting up, and like, I don't know.
But it's a new director and showrunner. Don't worry about it, Rob.
No, you can't forget plot points like that. That was such a big.
We can.
Like the amount of walkers that would be. That would the amount of walkers that would be infesting New York City.
This
is
sounds
astronomical.
like this sounds like the damn argument for Fear the Walking Dead. Like, you can't just leave it with the dam exploding and then just start a whole new show. But
yeah, but you can.
Apparently, you can.
Yeah, we did, and it already happened. And also, it does have a better theme because there's not the giant anymore. So there's that.
I think eventually you would run out of walkers, though.
You would
eventually, especially if you're using them for power. Because you have to imagine that their plan is to expand. Like, everybody's not going to be able to stay in the hospital forever. They're going to expand across the city and such using the powers that they're generating. So eventually you're going to run out of walkers on the island, and then you're going to have to go off island to get your
Yeah.
walkers. There's going to be like a whole trade in walkers. I see a future problem here because when walkers are done, then people are going to be going out and killing other people to turn them into walkers to use for fuel.
No, that they're just going to incorporate Herschel's comic storyline where he takes walkers, but he's, instead of it being a circus attraction, he's going to be hauling them back to New York City.
Oh, yeah, that's how they tied it in.
Yeah.
There'll be like human breeding farms where they breed humans to turn them into walkers for fuel.
Or they
So,
just send the elderly to die
Maggie's
for them
idea.
to
Maybe that's what the trader meant by it's dangerous.
Mm.
You know, because she was like, "This is dangerous technology." Maybe that's what she meant.
Or they just send the old people, like in Game of Thrones, the elderly, to go fight
The
in a war.
The winter
They go fight
wolves.
they just go fight the marauders, and then when they die, they come back.
Oh, okay. I mean, there's so few people at this point in comparison to walkers. Like nationwide, it's not going to be an issue for a while. But I'm just saying, on an island where they are not, it's not like they're washing ashore, because there's not really all that many shores for them to wash on. I guess they can a little bit.
Well, I mean, they showed that in the first season when they were crossing, the water was filled with them.
True, that's
just
true.
Constantly. So they could just keep fishing them out. But
I
would say what Kirkman said, that the walkers outnumber people, I think like 10,000 to 1 or something like that. Like, it's quite a big number.
I can imagine.
So
Daryl Seymour said, "I like that Maggie isn't trying to kill Negan anymore." And the new showrunner came in, and Croat and Dama went bye-bye. Look, we are okay with Dama going bye-bye. We are sad about the Croat. We loved the Croat. And Trader would definitely have been robbed and killed by now. Dude, amen.
Depends. Depends.
Yeah,
like
find out
all
more
the
about her.
super expensive stuff is obviously not in that cabin.
Well,
she had to take the van to go get it.
What was Trader's defense?
It's a good question. I don't know.
Oh, uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Ghost David is here.
Why are you spooky?
I'm very spooky. Because I'm using my laptop webcam, basically. Am I too loud, by the way?
You sound like you're in an echo chamber.
Hollow.
You're good.
You're hollow sounding.
Your shirt blends into the background. You're a floating head.
You're a floating head and you're echoey, so it's like you're terrifying right now.
And your hat is blood neon.
He's like the mirror guy on Pee-wee.
Yeah.
Make a lick a high, make a hiney hole.
Yep, exactly.
Make a shiny hole.
I know.
The more I speak, I think the less echoey it's going to get. So I guess we'll see. I also lowered my volume a bit because I think I'm too loud. But yeah, you guys are running the show. Let me know what you just keep going.
Oh well, you're here now. So
I looked up a cute little tidbit. When that guy comes into the hospital and he has the bottle of Johnny Walker Blue.
Yes.
And Luis is like, "Do you know how much that cost before?" Well, I do. $200 to $300 a bottle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really?
In
300 at speak. Yeah.
No, in now because I just looked up
we
the
need
now
20.
price.
We need 2010's price.
It didn't change that much.
No,
Yeah.
not really.
It's pretty expensive.
I got a bottle of that for my 21st birthday. So.
Wow. Ooh,
Yeah.
hoity-toity.
Happy birthday, Robbie.
Did you put it away to appreciate and value?
I drank it over
he
the
put
course
it. He
of
put
10
it away.
years.
All right.
Wow.
He put it away.
Well, I would bring it out whenever, like, either on my birthday or just like another special occasion, like my brothers or my family.
Wow.
Have a blast,
21-year-old Bridget would not have been able to.
Oh, I've never been much
long.
of a drinker.
Okay.
I was never a partier like that. I mean, I have, but like, I'm not just one to just be like alcohol, yay, no.
Was that maybe a little bit of a callback to the episode with? Oh my
It reminded me of Bobo.
The whiskey episode with Robert Patrick in it. I can't remember
It's
the-
with Gabriel and Aaron.
Gabriel. Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Just one more. Yeah, that's what it's
Just one
called.
more. Yeah, that was the one episode. That was an episode.
Great
I really
episode.
liked.
I thought it was great too. A lot of other people didn't, apparently.
Too
That's
much
nuts.
character development.
I mean,
Phil,
that
that
was a
was
critique a
the
lot of
era-
the COVID
it was-
episodes had.
It was
Yeah,
the era
it
of
was.
bottle episodes, so everyone was just kind of like, "Can we have a cohesive story?"
I mean that was during the special COVID season.
Mhm.
Yeah, we were all in a
Yeah.
bottle.
Yeah.
It's Tennessee.
Yeah.
I liked some of it. Like Here's Negan was great, obviously, and then that one was my favorite of all of them. I wasn't that big of a fan of the princess episode where she's trapped and hallucinating in the
Splinter.
train car.
It
Yeah,
was weird.
it was a good.
It's an
episode. I
acquired
didn't
taste.
mind it. I didn't mind it. It just wasn't my favorite.
Yeah. Well, Daryl here in the chat is along with you on that one. Really liked the
Yeah.
Gabriel and Aaron episode. Don't personally ship Luis and Maggie. Not a fan.
I don't think it's
Half
about
of
Luis
the-
and Maggie.
And half of the COVID episodes were trash. At least one. At least one wasn't all that great, but
I don't
Which one?
remember the other ones.
There was the
That's-
Daryl.
yeah,
Leo.
the one with
those
the
episodes.
Splinter
Di-
one was a rough watch. I thought.
Yeah.
Diverged.
Yeah, that was the one with the rat, where
That-
Carol was trying to catch
that
the
one
rat.
was largely complained about online. I do remember.
Yeah,
that.
I think that one was the weakest one. Although we did have a lot of fun covering it.
I have different feelings about it now. Now
Yeah.
that time has passed.
A whole 6 years. It's crazy how much time has gone by.
hmm
It really is. It really, really
I
is.
keep getting memories up in Facebook, and I'm like, stop showing me that stuff.
I'm sad. Don't remind me about it. Yeah, yeah, okay. Daryl Seymour hated Diverged.
Yeah, it was not the best episode.
Yeah.
Dave,
Oh,
Dave,
we're both logged
what,
in.
Dave, what did you how much did you enjoy the Well Walker?
We're still on that.
I'm gonna ask you.
We want to talk to you
I want to
about
know
it.
what
everybody
you
Now
thought.
you're here.
I thought it was awesome. I mean, obviously there are a lot of things that they brought in. Obviously the little sticks that to hold the walkers was like Herschel's farm again, and of course the well walker. Except the well was inside him all along.
Gross.
I know.
Yes, though. Yeah. accurate.
I was not joking when I said, get some in his mouth, get some in his mouth. I was like, yes, please, because I saw you guys were talking about how he might turn or whatever because of all the juices on him.
Ugh.
It did get in his face. Like he
Yeah.
did get it in his mouth. So we'll see if they continue that. But
Yeah, maybe that
I
will.
don't know. I couldn't
bear
handle the
fruit.
tongue. The like.
Oh yes, that was so
it
gross.
reminded me. Have y'all ever seen Creepshow?
That
Yes.
was
Yes.
exactly what I was
Yes.
thinking.
Which one were you thinking of?
I was thinking of a scene, and I can't remember exactly where it's from, but
Was
like
it-
with the
was it
whole
the hit-
swollen,
Is it the
long
Hitchhiker?
tongue.
Oh,
Maybe it
that's-
was.
That's
The
Creepshow
ones-
too.
Yeah, it's Creepshow
Oh,
too.
okay.
Where he gets pummeled with a car and he's just a tongue and a mashed face by the end of it.
Oh no, I was thinking of something else then. Never mind.
Do you ever see the dog videos where the dogs like they're missing their side teeth and their tongues just like hang out the side of their mouth all
Yeah.
the time, and they
Yep.
get really fat and dry? That
Yeah.
was what I was thinking of.
Did you guys cover the whole Maggie Louise thing fully?
I mean, we've
None.
talked about it. What, Dave? You have things you want to say. Just say them.
Great.
Well, I don't want to tread on anywhere that you haven't tread.
Well, we've kind of
You-
touched on a little bit of everything, but it's only
Yeah,
been
we have.
touches. So
Feels like a lot of sidetracks from what I've been tuning into.
Here and there.
Yeah.
More than usual.
we all diverged.
The worst episode. So this is the worst episode of
No.
Squawking Dead.
No, there were important things. We had to cover the fact that people were
Possibly.
saying that this was maybe Dante's storyline being picked up. So we had to talk about the comic books, and this is
Mm.
why, Dave. We weren't
Mm.
sidetracked with no meaning. We had meaning.
You had meaning and purpose. I see.
Yeah, it was all
Yes, I
Walking
take
Dead
offense to
related.
this.
Sometimes I just go on
I'm
tangents.
leading this crazy circus, You shut it, Dave.
So yeah, no, I actually really liked. I really liked how they did it because throughout my brain, I was thinking how much Rachel would hate this. But then all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, then the flash, it all came at once. The kissing, the flashback of Glenn, the ring coming off, and like Maggie reaching for it. It was like, oh, Rachel, yeah, you should be reaching for the ring. Actually, I hope you die getting the ring. Rachel's in my head the entire time. So the bait and switch and also the kind of feelings that kind of stirred in me even of how I was kind of right a little bit on how it's this whole thing has been holding Maggie back. All of it's been holding Maggie back, and she said it out loud that it's like I'm walking around like I'm dead, essentially. And thank you for giving me a day where I could feel like maybe I don't have to be. But then you realize that those words were not said.
Yeah, I know.
Which is for all the moments where you're like, this feels too happy. Something so happy turned into something so sad all at once.
She's been single for quite a while. It's kind of hard to just jump back into saying things like that to people.
Canonically, she's been single longer than she was coupled. It's sad. That's insane. And then people are like, screw Maggie, she's the villain of the show. Excuse me, you're the villain of the show. Shut your mouth.
I think in this season, nature is the villain of the show. As a matter of fact, Maggie even said it. Maggie said it. And when she was talking to Luis, she said on the farm, it wasn't the land, it was the people. And they are doing the opposite of that in this season. It's not the people, it's the land.
It's really almost getting out of your own way. And you can't blame yourself, though. That's kind of the episode kind of goes through it. The trader says all the time, self-protection over everything, something like, what did she say exactly?
Self-preservation always.
Always, right. So, but that's going throughout your head through all these episodes anyway, because I caught a glimpse of you guys saying every time there's a scene and there's like a thing over somebody's shoulder, or you're thinking, oh, is this the part where let's say the people turn into cannibals, or they're with the trader and she looks like she's dressed evil, but really you're waiting for that shoe to drop and it never drops. So that's already in your head. They don't have to work to give you that theme that you've been hammered over and over again. So this season thus far, but more in this episode, it's more like, can we get out of our own way long enough to actually live, to actually do things differently?
But okay, wait. Because now I'm like, as I'm considering this, like maybe Sharondy really does have a point. Do you think that the city is going to keep failing over and over again until they accept that the world can never go back to the way that it was, and they're actually better off living like the Luddite community that they came in contact with?
No, I think, just considering some of the other messages like that Luddite community was saying, like...
Yes. And the fact that their food just happens to be what fell into the sinkhole, and, you know, are the crops going to be okay, or is something going to happen to the crops suddenly? I don't know. That would be a really interesting theme to play into, especially considering the Tales of the Walking Dead and what we saw was in store in the future with the
trench.
What did they call it? Yes, with the trench and everything. Yeah.
It's interesting. I honestly think they're gonna go forward instead of back, because you have to consider what's in the pantry. Canned goods from before, a lot of prepackaged stuff, blah blah blah. Right? Well, it's either sink or swim at this point.
Well, I mean, honestly, there's no way that they could support the amount of people that they want just farming in Central Park on the island. And not only that, it's obviously fall, because Maggie says we're lucky we found any berries this late in the season. So all of that food had to last them through the winter, because they're not going to be getting... I mean, they might get a little bit of crops, but unless they planted winter crops, they're not going to get anything before winter in New York. So the food is going to have to be a major detriment, unless they can crawl down there and get some of it back out, because it did fall down into the subway thing.
Which
I
they
was-
can. It's not that
yeah,
far.
yeah. I did watch like a look because the episode was it just me or did this episode end abruptly?
It did. I thought that
Did.
too. When it went to the preview for next, I was like, oh,
I know. I was like,
never
wait a
mind.
second. wait. I kept like pausing and then being like, wait, no, let me play that again. So I ended up watching way more of the preview for next week than I ever have because I kept going back to it, being like, wait. No, that couldn't have been the end of the episode. I wanna focus on this. Daryl Seymour said this show is about hope. They won't end it believing that the world can't go back to how it was.
We're
I
a
think-
third way.
Yeah,
Or-
I think that while
Do-
that's a nice sentiment, I don't think that not going back to the way that the world was means that it lacks hope. I think it just shifts the way that hope looks.
Mm-hmm.
The world going back to how it was maybe isn't the best thing.
Well, that's
it
kind of what
wasn't-
they said.
Yeah.
They've
It's not-
hammered that point home.
Yeah.
Time and time
Well, I mean
again.
that was what
But
the
they
whole
actually
commune
said it out loud.
that was what the whole commune people said this time. Like, look, we talked about it before Dave came back. Like, look, our kids are engaging with each other and with nature, and not with screens or phones or TVs or whatever. So why? Now, look, I'm not going to say I wouldn't want some power because I want some air conditioning and some hot running water, and to be able to cook on a stove and not on an open cook fire or whatever. But as far as like going back to the media and stuff like that, maybe not. Maybe we don't need it.
I would say living in the mountains in New York is much more tolerable in the summer than it is anywhere else.
Agreed.
I used to go. I was in Scouts. I used to go camping up in the Adirondacks and the Hudson Valley, D&H Canal, all that stuff, middle of the summer, and I'd be there for 2-3 weeks at a time. There was no AC. It was a great time. Just out in a cabin.
Okay.
In a tent.
Yeah, you're in a higher elevation. It's a whole thing.
Mhm.
It's a whole vibe.
Beautiful.
But no, I mean, let me expand on what I think you were asking before. Do people have to go one way or the other, really? And I think the Luddite community, that's what I'm going to call them for now. The Luddite community can remain the Luddite community. That's fine. But I think New York has to go a different way. New York has to go, and I think they're painting the scene you have to go your own unique way, and it has to work for you, and it doesn't have to be this, and it doesn't have to be that. It could be neon lights, it could be farmland, it could be all of the above.
Mm-hmm.
So,
just a community where people thrive, and we're not all killing each other anymore, and we're just dealing with the dead the way we can, and it's no longer a nuisance, that kind of thing. You build a community that can thrive. I just said that, but you know what I mean.
yeah, it's kind of it's like a relationship. I mean, ironically, it's like a relationship. Your relationships aren't going to be cookie cutter. You're going to have little nuances and little, you do this, I'll do that, even though they're not the same things. You bring something to the table, I bring something to the table. It's the same thing it's got to be the same thing with communities. Our community, their big crop is sorghum. Remember the hilltop? Their big thing was sorghum. I don't know, sorghum pancakes, sorghum coming out of their buttholes. So Alexandria was all about the bread. They're like, you guys have bread? Why would you waste time making bread? This is Gamma in my head, I remember. But we happen to have the flour and to do it. So our big thing is bread. It's going to lead to, we talked about specialization. Now we're talking about specialization on a community scale. And so now I think what they're going to maybe go with is, okay, what can each of these communities offer to the other? And maybe, I'm just a shot in the dark, they may even bring in Michonne's multi-community charter of rights and freedoms, where you establish like a federation, not a Babylon federation, but a federation of communities that trade with each other and have citizen exchange programs, like all by the book,
Do you think the trader is going to be like the pinnacle of this, like the linchpin to this whole thing working then? Or do you think this was a one and done character?
That's a great question, actually. Wow. I didn't. I'm asking because my gut was saying, "Oh, it doesn't matter. She's a one and done."
Oh, that's what I assumed too. But now that you're saying that,
my gut is saying that. But if not, then these characters may come back and actually prove to have some use. in future episodes or future season. It feels like there's no way they can get away with not having another season now, all because of this episode in my mind.
Well, I don't know. In my mind, it was like, is this going to end all hunky dory, and then that's the end of this show because they're trying to wrap stuff up so they can do this like big crossover event or whatever that can.
Well, yeah, I initially thought that, but now I feel like they're making a bigger play, and whatever they do this season, I don't know. You're right. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
It feels like they're doing something big.
Okay,
that will change the universe.
So I am curious, Dave, because you had said in our Discord, which, by the way, you could join our Discord. Wait, do you have the video? Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Oh, do you want me to do that?
Yeah.
No? Yeah. All right.
Beans.
Yeah, in case you're wondering, Bridget, it's the one that says episode CTA.
Oh, thank you.
Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back after these messages. We just thought we'd remind you to show this episode some love by tapping that like button, if there's one to be tapped, subscribing to our podcast or channel, and, if available, enabling all notifications, and sharing the show, or clips of it, with everyone you know. And don't be afraid to reach out. Leave your questions, feedback, ideas, or even concerns in the comments section. If there isn't one? Head on over to ratethispodcast.com/squawkingdead and leave your thoughts there. Rating our podcast is the best way to get our attention because it also boosts our visibility. And we'll probably address it in the next episode too. And if you think there's something to what we're doing here at Squawking Dead, tip us over on Ko-fi. As a token of our appreciation, you'll receive forever access to our Discord, along with 30 days access to our uncut episode and interview recordings, plus our pre-squawk insights. Take your support further. Join a membership tier on either ko-fi.com/squawkingdead or patreon.com/squawkingdead, and you'll unlock access to more channels on our Discord server, receive shoutouts at the end of every episode, and depending on what tier you join, the ability to join us on camera and mic to break down future episodes alongside us. Thank you for hearing us out and making it this far into the episode. We now return you to our regularly scheduled podcast.
Thanks, Dave. I would not have figured that out, probably. Anyway, as I was saying, Dave, you had mentioned in our Discord, a wink, wink, that you had said there was some really New York specific stuff to this episode. So I just wanted to know what you were referring to in particular. Because then when I watched the episode, I was like, what is he talking about?
There was one reference that stuck out in my mind, and I know there were several more that I did make note of, but I'll tell you the one that I saw, which was the trader was obviously from New York City. And how you know is because up in the rafters, she has a couple of high tops hanging from one of the beams. It's a little game. It's a little game people play from the block where, like, usually what you're supposed to do is take a bunch of old sneakers, throw them up. You tie the shoelaces together, you throw them up, and you get them to wrap around the telephone or power lines.
Yeah, I think they do that here in.
Yeah,
Not
they
here,
do
but
that
in
in
LA
every.
too.
Yeah, they do it in LA as well. Yeah.
Well,
They do it in
yeah,
every major city.
It's a game
Well,
until you realize it's to mark
Actually,
where to buy
they
your
did it
drugs.
in the small town in Wisconsin I lived in. So
Oh, funny.
It's kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
Isn't it to
Well,
mark where like there's a dealer?
that's what your parents told you.
Yeah, I think it was just to stop
Questionable.
us from acting like hooligans.
Okay.
Maybe at one point, but not anymore.
Well, see, it actually morphed. I remember this happened way too often to not be a one-off, that sometimes friends would steal their friends' sneakers, tie them together. They're running barefoot in the street. There's hydrants, there's block parties or whatever. They tie the shoes together and then they throw them up there and the kid has to walk home barefoot. So, yeah.
And then explain to their parents why they don't have any shoes.
They're $100+ shoes in 1980, late 1980s, 1990s. Too expensive.
Rough.
Sounds like a super fun game.
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
actually.
It's so fun for no one.
So
fun
is
for the-
is this like what we're supposed to look forward to when there's no TV or internet, like throwing our shoes over wires? That's,
Yeah.
maybe TV and internet's not such a bad thing after all. Like,
Do they have
There's-
a cobbler? Do they have an actual cobbler making shoes? Because shoes deteriorate over time.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Especially if you don't wear them.
I'd imagine so. It is one of those things that, by the way, when the fall first happens, you don't really think about. And then over time, you're like, oh, let's go to the shoe store because obviously our shoes are disintegrating and there's plenty of shoes out there now. Because
And
there's
then
so
you go
few
put those on.
people.
and then you got to put those on, and they fall apart.
If you're lucky, they don't, and since they're in a cool, dry place, they could hold up, depending on the material.
Maybe.
In Texas, you'd be fine because you could go to like a Cavender's or whatever and get a pair of boots whenever you wanted.
Yeah, true.
And those boots will hold up.
Yeah, leather boots, those will hold up.
Yeah. I guess it's about knowing where to look, right? Like if I was in the Midwest, I'd go to like a Fleet Farm or a Farm and Fleet because they're going to have the farm boots. Those are going to last longer.
Yeah, but you couldn't go to like a Nike or a Foot Locker.
No,
pick
if
up
you're
a
going
pair
to
of
Foot
sneakers.
Locker, you've chosen the wrong store.
You're going to a Payless or a foot resource. I don't know what they're called. Anyway, I haven't gone foot shopping, shoe shopping in a while.
Foot
I
shopping.
should go foot shopping.
We heard it. He tried to roll it past. Nope.
Okay. Whoop, whoop.
I heard it. He made a mistake.
We're the stutter police. Anyway. I wish I studied this episode more to give you all the New York City mainstays, but I didn't even get a second watch in, let alone get notes.
Okay.
So
I'm
sorry.
gonna go back to comments here.
We gotta get out of here, guys. We gotta leave.
Robert,
that's it.
It's
That's
time
it.
to go.
It's time to go. All of us have to go.
Daryl Seymour said, agree to disagree about the Hope thing. In this show, the version of Hope is creating a community that Maggie is trying to build.
I agree.
I did enjoy Trader continuously calling Maggie selfish. Do you not like Maggie? Wait, Daryl Seymour, do you not like Maggie?
Have we seen Ray and Daryl Seymour in the same room? Is that Ray?
This is just a running gag. Daryl, we're just going to accuse you of being somebody different every week.
Yeah.
Likely going to be another season of Dead City since they haven't said that this is the last season like they did with Daryl Dixon season 4. And
Scott,
do you ever wonder if Abby was right? What if it's all just a dream?
It's a From reference. It's a From reference.
It is a From reference. It's got to be.
No.
Oh, you rascally rabbit.
If they do that, I will literally throw everything away. I'll be like, this sucks. I'm done with this.
I don't know,
Maggie's
man.
character is meh now. Okay, all right. So
I'm upset that Rachel's not here, by the way. I'm really upset that Rachel's not here.
Rachel said she wasn't going to be able to come.
This was like a redemption episode, because for all the yucking about I hate this episode because Glenn had the pocket watch. Okay, you got something way more. And by the way, I just know they engineered this. They did it on purpose. So on purpose. They rage baited so hard. Okay, they didn't rage bait. No, they did rage bait. No, I take it back. They did rage bait.
Yeah, they rage baited one person, Rachel.
No, not true. I heard a little bit of Screens and Focus. It made one of Screens and Focus's clips. It was that controversial, but Renee, because she covers the Walking Dead series with Diana, she was like, "Yeah, Glenn, where's Glenn?" I'm like, "Okay, we have our Ray stand-in on Screens and Focus now."
Really?
So
Okay.
Okay, so
it's not uncommon.
It rage baited 2 people.
2 people. Yeah. But wait, here, turnaround is fair play. This episode had like Glenn here, Glenn there, Glenn in a flashback, Glenn's ring was tumbly. It's a lot. It was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
She threw it back into the fires of Mount Doom.
That's
what it felt like.
Yeah.
But to your point, I think Scott Gimple just did an interview where he said that they plan to do a season 4. It just hasn't been greenlit yet.
Oh, okay.
Which it more than likely will be. But
especially with the good reviews it's been getting. Like everybody that I watch is like, this season is great. It's so much better than all the other seasons, and I'm inclined to agree.
Yeah. He also stated, and this goes back to what he told me at the camp, was wait till the end of the summer. There will be news coming soon. And he said something to that effect recently, where he said, "Give it a couple weeks. News is coming," alluding to next series or whatever's coming after that.
Yeah. Well, as a result of what happens in this season, I think it's
Mhm.
basically the
Probably.
gist I'm getting. So,
Well, I mean, we couldn't have another season of Maggie and Negan hate on each other.
No.
I mean, it
Well-
really was. It was getting boring. Like, again, just rehashing the same storyline over and over and
It's
over
been
again.
going on for 10
Right.
years.
Right.
In
I-
our
I-
time,
Well,
not
if
Showtime.
you hate him that much, then go somewhere else. I mean,
Yeah, well,
quit hanging out with him.
it was rehashing something that we thought was already resolved. That was the other thing.
yeah.
Like,
that's
we
it.
got a resolution at the end of The Walking Dead. Now, it's not a resolution like, yeah, we're friends now and we're gonna hold hands and skip through a field, but it was enough of a resolution for us to be like, okay, great, you can both move on with your lives, excellent. And then we came back to Maggie and Negan. It's like, wow, you haven't moved on at all. Actually, this is like super depressing. Your life is like, it's stuck.
Mhm.
I have sympathy for the whole idea of, well, we got a resolution, quote unquote, but I have sympathy for the idea that can it ever really be resolved? And Maggie even says as much in the resolution, so it's kind of like I can see them building something off of that if you're forced to have to confront that in a way that you never thought you'd have to. Because I think her assumption was, I'm taking Herschel, I'm moving on from The Walking Dead, quote unquote, and I'm never going to have to see you again, but I wish you well. But then now I'm stuck with you, and now I have to confront these feelings all over again.
Well,
I
I
don't
get that
know.
grief changes, right? Grief evolves and can be really I guess I'm gonna say tidal, like a tide in function, right? Like the ebb and flow of like the moving forward, and then you're moving like 2 steps forward and then maybe 6 steps back, and I get all of that, but it made it just really hard because it makes it so depressing that Maggie it almost seemed like she didn't want to move on. So now getting this
Literally doesn't.
season, getting this season of like, she does want to move on. It's just that she feels guilty about it because she survived and Glenn didn't, and I've got to take care of Herschel because everyone else in my family has died, and this is the last connection I have to any of those past people, like my sister and my dad and my stepmother and etc. This is the only connection piece that she has still, because at least Herschel is blood kin to Glenn, who at least knew those people. There's so many, everyone around her doesn't know her dad. It's she has no connection to them otherwise.
This is exactly what I said when you guys were covering this last season. I said Maggie wants to move on, but she can't forgive herself because she feel like she was betraying Glenn to forgive Negan. So breaking down that wall and finally like being able to forgive him is allowing her to now open other doors to move on from Glenn in terms of like with Luis. So
well, and it's really I have 2 things to say that it's because it's not really about Luis. It's about the idea of there could be somebody else is really it.
Yeah.
And it never had to be. I never felt that it had to be Louise, although it was nice that that there was like a thing there. There was like, okay, I can play with this and it doesn't have to go anywhere. It can be anything it wants to be, which is way better than what she's been dealing with before.
She can allow herself to live.
Right. But the second thing is what this story does in this episode is makes extremely clear, and in not a retconny way, that it was never about forgiving Negan or what Negan was or that whole drama. It was never about that. It was really just about Maggie. Herschel tries to point this out in a prior season not to conflict with Seth Hoffman's vision this season. It's not about Negan. It's not about forgiving Negan. It's about moving on from my dad. It's about moving on from this thing that you have. Honestly, quite honestly, if you really put this down on paper, and I'm going to say this out loud because she ain't here to defend herself, it's about moving on from something that you basically mythologized. And it's not her fault. It's the fans' fault. You've built this thing up with Glenn, up to be something that is so tremendously huge, and it would be a sin if you actually crossed, that you made it so that this woman if she is to be a woman in real life, as somebody that actually exists in the world, not something that's in your head, that she could never be with somebody else. And that to be with somebody else is to betray the fans. It's occasionally The Walking Dead does this thing where, like, look at the Daryl Carol will they won't they, not really at all, because there was never a thing to begin with. But even the show has at times, especially season 3 of Daryl Dixon, no, season 2 of Daryl Dixon, they kind of were like, well, what if they were the old couple that just, found themselves together and lived their lives out for the rest of their life? What if Daryl and Carol were that? That we could make it seem like they were. Just kidding. Just kidding. So this show is playing with that idea as well. Well, sorry guys, she's a human being. We're gonna make her a human being, and tough noogies boogies. If you don't like that, you can just stop watching the show. But we're gonna do it in a way that you can accept it. Hopefully,
Could also be
and I was gonna say
part
a
of
swear
the
word.
reason that she held on to Herschel so tightly to Herschel for so long was another barrier to moving on with her life. Like, I have to take care of Herschel, and that's the only thing I can think and worry about. And now that's not really an issue, that's something else that's not that's another barrier that's fallen away from her moving on.
Yeah, she said it out loud in this episode. He's basically grown. I don't have to worry about him anymore. He has a trade. He has a skill. He's in a community where I don't have, like Judith had this community that was built around her.
I hope she doesn't backslide and think she has to stay with him to protect him from earthquakes or something now.
I don't think that, but I think this whole thing with the ring may cause a backslide. It may cause, but I think in really wacky, chaotic ways, not in like the usual. I'm going to default back to my earlier position of never. Had I not gone with you to this Luddite community, I would have never lost the right. I don't think it's going to come out that way. I think there's going to be confusing feelings that she's going to grapple with, and maybe like Dillard, really rapidly find her footing and get back on track and realize, oh, wait a minute, this ring, though it's nice to have, I've lost Glenn a long time ago. I lost Glenn 13 years ago. So losing the ring is kind of like an allegory for how long have I imprisoned myself for this whole time? Like, of course, you're doing this all for your kid. You're trying to keep your kid safe. There's no time for this. Horrors on the road, things that you only touched on in the later seasons of The Walking Dead. But now it's kind of like, okay, well, now we can maybe live? I don't know. Oh, look at that. So let's go through some comments because I guess I'm taking over. I wasn't planning on it, but okay. Daryl Seymour says the Negan actor almost left because he wanted the Maggie and Negan beef to stop. This is something that has happened lately with Jeffrey D. Morgan in a lot of recent interviews. He's talked about turning 60 and I haven't really had a chance to look at them, but I feel like I should to kind of bring that into the show. I heard that episode 6 is the alternate universe episode, which I will take off the screen because some people don't want to know that, even though we talked a lot about it on the SDCC coverage.
Right.
I like Maggie wanting to be with someone. I'm just not a fan of her being with Louise. Yeah, that's kind of why I said that. It didn't have to be Louise. He's not a bad guy. We don't know.
He will die. I think he will die.
Well,
he's training Herschel to do his job. He will die.
Because they also mentioned, I think in this episode, they found 3 or 4 other doctors, not including Herschel and Louise. So that's pretty cool. Meaning there's been an advancement of time since this new absorbed community came in. So I don't know how much time has passed. Did you guys get a sense of how long it was between last episode and this episode?
They didn't really say. It was just like, there we have so many people now. They never really.
That would have been helpful.
And it's not. I mean, I would say that like from when they were planting was maybe like September or something. I don't know. I mean, that's really late to plant, but if you got to, you got to. So, and I think maybe now it would probably be like October-ish, fall. So maybe it's been a month or so.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, I'm just totally grasping for straws. I don't know, but
well, the frost hadn't hit yet, but they wanted to get the reaping done you've got like until max end of October, so maybe a month. So maybe when that last episode was September, reaping is done. Do it in October. You hope to get it in between October, November to get it in before the frost settles in. Because winter doesn't hard winter doesn't hit New York until usually January.
Yeah.
So, New York City. I should emphasize it hits New York State.
No, I mean,
a little earlier.
Not
because New York City is all the way south.
All the way south, but like going up to like the Hudson Valley and maybe even a little north, it's about the same as New York City. I would say like anywhere getting up to like Albany, Buffalo gets hit sooner.
Yeah. They're like the early warning system.
Yeah.
Let's go to Bridget's. It's possible that Luis exists just for her to become open to new love, not actually be her new love interest. Yeah, you're saying the same thing. Mm-hmm. Daryl says, that's what I think too, Punky. I hope that's the case. And Bridget says, no doctors, people in the medical field, I think. Oh, yeah, she said something.
That's about as good as the doctor's going to get.
Like, just like Herschel, right?
Yeah.
Because he was a veterinarian, so.
But he was their doctor through and through up until he died, pretty much. He was making elderberry tea.
Did any of you feel a spark between Negan and Renata?
I think I'll say this. I didn't get that. See, I would be the first to say yes or whatever if I felt it, but I felt like at least because let's go back. Let's go back a couple episodes where Negan's like, this chump, this dumb idiot. She thinks she knows what she's doing, but I think what I saw at the very least. I'm not prepared to go further. Is I saw him look at her a different way because of some of the things she was thinking and saying, and some of the things she will not even admit to saying, which is that's the one I want to dig in on.
Right. My biggest feeling was when they were loading the walkers into the trailer, and she said something kind of smart alecky, and he was like, "I didn't think you had that kind of fire in you."
Yeah, you didn't have that setting.
There was just something about the way that they interacted. I was like, because he's already pretty much said that he doesn't want to find Annie and Joshua.
Yeah, right? I was like wait, why am I happy about this? I'm not happy about this.
I mean, they're out west. Maybe this is his chance to move on too, because he doesn't.
But she flirted with Dillard though.
What? Yeah. Oh wait, who? What? Renata?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she said I don't know what you're talking about, but I like the way you think, or something like that. When he was talking about the crabs seeing fish like they can fly.
Okay. I'm going to say this. I hope this comes out right. You guys thinking that they were flirting is a lot like what like a nerdy teenager goes when like the hot cheerleader is like just being nice to him. He's being nice to it. You think she likes me?
No, because I don't feel like
it was a little
Dillard doesn't. I don't feel like Dillard feels like that at all. But like,
not everything is a flirt, okay? Maybe it's just like banter. It's fine. It's just guys. It doesn't have to always be about relationships.
Yeah, well, Negan and Herschel bantered too, and I didn't get that same feeling. So.
Yeah, true.
That'd be very
weird. I was very much more picking up on their interaction than I was on Dillard and
hilarious. It was hilarious. I'm just saying.
But I mean, to Sharondy's point though, we know how past Negan would have reacted to someone talking to him that way. He would have said, "I am like 30% more attracted to you now." So, he is sort of that kind of guy.
That is something to pick up on, to your point, because it says something else without saying it. In that, I think maybe Negan in his own way is like saying, "Give me a challenge." Like at this point, he's been surrounded by like Bridget's been saying almost every episode. It's too sitcom-y, it's too hopey. Negan's thinking the same way. This is too sitcom-y. It's not going to work out. I'm just here to put the popcorn to see it fall.
Oh know? The big bad guy moves into the apartment building.
Yeah,
it's very odd great. Couple. Yeah.
Yep. And so kind of like but now that he's seeing what's behind it, it's like he's tempted. He's like, I like this lady's moves. She's playing the game. And I'm actually 50% more into her today than I was yesterday, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay, don't poo-poo what Charity and I are saying just because you ship her with Negan. Don't do that, Dave. Don't do that.
I don't know. Charity was shipping Renata with Negan. I'm saying this is a mutual respect
I
thing.
wasn't
Less-
shipping anybody. I was just asking if you caught a spark between them. Didn't say I was shipping it.
I smelled smoke.
I should.
I hate you. Actually, go away. Go away. You know what? Just step back a little so we can't see you anymore.
Oh, I'm having a
Black
seizure.
box.
That's why I smelled smoke.
Just step back out of the light. We won't be able
Is
to see
that
you
ship
anymore.
called Nigata or Renegan? I don't know.
It's gotta be Nagata. I don't know. They're both very
Renegan
wrong
sounds
sounding.
borderline racist.
Yeah.
It
So-
does.
Nagata
does
sounds like a
Nagata.
city in Japan.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Was it me going like this?
yeah, I don't like that. It's a no for me, dog.
How about just Regan? Regatta. No, that's her name.
No, see, that's the racist one. See?
Regatta.
No, you said it louder. It's more racist now. I don't-
Oh, you have to say it in an accent.
Regan.
I
It's
see it.
Regan.
But like,
Yeah,
is it-
Regan works.
okay, I'm not gonna go there. Oh wait, well,
Mm-hmm.
Daryl says I didn't get the spark between Negan and Renata, but I'd ship it.
There you go.
Negan don't give enough about his family. Holla back at your boy if you want to see him
Really
again.
doesn't.
The scene with Dillard and Renata felt more like a comedic scene and not hinting at anything romantic. That's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, what are you, an incel? Everything is a flirt? God, jeez Louise. She's just being nice.
No. I thought it was flirty. Please, God, whatever you do, don't make me wrong. This time, just let me have this one.
Yeah,
Dave can't be right about everything.
but she's never gonna get him to move out of the bar.
Oh,
I don't know. He seemed pretty into the apartment.
Yeah, he
No, I
seemed
mean
pretty.
Dillard,
Dillard.
not Negan.
Dillard.
Oh,
yeah.
no,
Yeah, he
Dillard,
seemed pretty into the zombie in the apartment. Yeah.
Well, lest we forget, yeah, exactly. I think that's something that we still have to resolve. Is this weird will they won't they with Titty Gaga?
No, I think they already are. Not a will they won't they.
Oh,
He's
okay.
doing
Oh.
stuff with a walker. Yeah.
Oh,
gross.
I meant more like
Yikes.
will he
Which-
leave?
if
her? Will he
if
leave
he-
her?
We have discussed that in the past in different
Yeah.
episodes earlier, but
Which, if you really think about it, his character in Always Sunny would do exactly that.
yes,
So
Yes.
it's very in
very
character.
much so, very much so.
That was a
Wow.
ghost for a hot sec.
I
Did you
was
see that?
blinded. I was blinded.
I'm sorry.
Dave was
But
in
he-
Ghost Adventures.
Ooh.
Suddenly, Zach
He also,
Baggins shows up.
Dillard also has his farm levels in his apartment.
Mhm.
Yeah,
His frogs to coyotes.
coyotes. Yeah. What about it?
Well, I'm saying he's not going to leave that behind and go move into the hospital.
That's true. Yeah.
Maybe he has. Maybe that's.
Well, he
maybe
actually
they-
has sustainable food. they do
That's
not.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I think
good
this could be a model for the community. Is vertical farming basically, but on a Dillard level. God, what if this guy ends up solving their problem, and you just supplement with like farm stuff, like Dillard's system gets them through the winter, basically.
That's what's gonna happen.
Mhm.
Agreed.
I call it.
Dylan's the hero of the season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
He's
And then
already a
they'll
hero
kill-
in my
and then
heart.
and then they'll tragically kill him because they hate us.
It's true.
Unless they stop doing that stuff,
they
right? Like,
don't.
Hmm.
They never
Wow.
will.
I won't see, but then see, this is what I'm saying. If you don't do something, the fans will say they didn't do the something. But if you do the something, they'll say, well, you should have done it that way. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah,
oh, Maggie's going to be hitched up with Louise now. Like, no, I don't think that's going to be the case.
It's there weren't enough episodes in the season versus there were too many filler episodes in the season. There were too many filler episodes, but we didn't have enough episodes. So,
Episode. Marsha.
I want 16 episode seasons again every year. Please.
You shut your whore mouth.
No.
Wow.
You shut your whore mouth, Daryl Seymour.
Oh,
I
thought you were talking to Robbie.
I was like, what?
You dumb
I was like,
schmuck.
whoa.
Bridget, you don't want to cover. Bridget doesn't want to cover 16 episodes. A
That's
season.
what I was thinking. Yeah.
This is what I
Cover it, yeah.
Yeah, you shut your whore mouth. I'm tired.
Now you apologize to Rob.
No, you're
Sorry,
fine.
babe.
No, man.
Dillard is definitely going to die this season. This is what I was having my outburst to.
But maybe not, because this is a hopeful season. So
Yeah, maybe.
maybe he won't.
They kill all the best characters in the spin-offs. Yeah, that's true.
Fear the Walking Dead
That's
was
true.
peak killing off the good
true.
characters.
No, Daryl Dixon, when they killed off, was it Steve? Oh my gosh, the British guy. Ugh.
Stephen Merchant. But
Stephen
that
Merchant.
what was his
Wait,
character's name?
I don't remember, but that was his request to be only on for one
Yeah.
day.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah,
It's enough for him.
but how
I don't
dare
blame
you,
him.
Stephen Merchant?
I know.
Anyway, Daryl Seymour says they're reformed.
I love how you said they're reformed. Like, because if you don't know, Daryl's a pretty guyish guy, a manly man, I should say. Daryl Seymour.
I don't know that.
I do.
Daryl is also a woman's name.
No.
Daryl Hannah. Suck
No.
it, Dave.
You know what's so funny about her saying "suck it, Dave"? It came. Just let me just play this out. It came across like this. Suck it, Dave. Because it froze up a little bit. I was very impressed with the lag there. You saw it too, right?
I never assume the gender of any of our commenters, Dave.
I assume all the genders of all the people who comment. And if I get it wrong, I will get it wrong again and again. And that's how I roll, baby. Let's quickly move on. I think, Bridget, you're in charge now. That's by default now.
Oh. Nope, can't be.
Nope.
Bye.
Bye. I guess I'm back, everybody. I feel like this is like politics, right?
Yeah.
You finally elect the good guy, right? Bridget's the good guy, finally gets elected. Nope, scandal. The old guy's back, the one we hated. Anyway, all right. I think that's it. We'll close the show now because this is Bridget's going. No, I think I want to just make sure we talked about
We pretty much covered
everything
everything.
we wanted to talk about. Yeah.
I loved when Gerald said we're worse than the cult, we're Presbyterians. That actually made Dennis laugh out
that
loud.
whole conversation was pretty
Yeah.
great.
The fact that he had so much patience too was so great.
I thought he was playing them at first. I was like, this guy's way
Yeah.
too calm.
What do you think I said?
Snatched up and tied up.
Okay to get,
Like-
yeah.
There's so many moments, again, this episode where you're like in the back of your head, is this when it happens? Or is that when it happens? Is that when he shows his true colors? It never happened. And it's engineered that way. And I'll tell you even further, if I had the screenshots, I'd show you like where they misframed that, what's his name, Gerald? They like misframed him and showed the door in the center of the frame to make it feel like, oh, anybody at any moment's going to pop into the store and start shooting them both or whatever. The way they film this episode is to get you to feel those old feelings of like, oh, you shouldn't trust them, or oh, this is going to happen, and then it doesn't happen. So it plays on all the Walking Dead tropes that you're used to, but they never occur. I should also mention, because I'd seen it in the last episode, but it was never more apparent in this episode, Matthew Negretti was the director, I think, of this episode. Matthew Negretti was the EP for The Walking Dead World Beyond when we got that. Some very great episodes of The Walking Dead in later seasons. Actually, whenever. Every time he was on the seasons, he had some very interesting ways of directing the characters and the camera and even some of the editing. The long dissolves, I think, or the long fades that were in this episode were very unique. I thought it emphasized the almost stream of consciousness near the beginning of the episode of how they kept going in and out between Maggie and Luis and the stuff that was going on in the beginning of the podcast, like them being there, like, oh, we're almost out of medicine, blah, blah, blah. And then back in the car talking about if you put all your hands outside, it's like you're flying the car. Like these are things. Oh, that's another mainstay, by the way. New York road trips, like having the hands outside the car and things that were very personal to me because I kept being shuttled back and forth between Jersey and New York. New York City's where my grandma lived, and I lived in New Jersey at the time, and just almost every single weekend I was going through a bridge or a tunnel.
You didn't like Jersey.
So does my wife's the same way. She's like, we don't acknowledge that part of your past. Oh my God. So I got a message, and I should say this out loud. Rachel said, sorry, I planned on leaving my thoughts, but I didn't get any time to do so. I left for work and stopped for gas, but left my gas card at home, which put me 20 minutes behind. Arrived 10 minutes late to school we're at. I didn't have any free time to jot anything down, just like me, by the way. Just got home. And Bridget's now typing, hop on, we're live. But we're not going to be there for very much longer, I don't think. Right, Bridget? No, kidding. But yeah, that was very personal to me, how some of the things that they were doing and saying were things that we do have to pass the time. And like it's supposed to be an hour-long trip, but sometimes it would take like 2 hours to get there and back.
Traffic and stuff, yeah.
Oh.
Between Wayne, New Jersey and Brooklyn, New York. So
driving into the city is always a gamble.
It's either way, depending on the time of day. And you're going home at Sunday night, and it's a whole thing. But yeah.
The roads were remarkably clear. Or they just didn't show us them having to stop and pull trees out of the way.
Depending on what part of upstate New York they went to, like they're driving into the mountains, you're not going to see a whole lot of traffic going up in there. Even in the apocalypse, I imagine everyone.
I mean, I was talking about like trees down and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that too. Yeah, that
and
would
I could see
happen, especially on mountainous areas, especially over 15 years. You would find a lot of that, I'm sure.
Well, I can see whole communities moving in too. How you have a lot of these roads are like in these smaller communities where you have like residential housing dotted along the road, and like they're near kind of water or near like a valley or mountain. And I noticed the kind of route that they were taking. It felt like some of the more sketchy, avoiding traffic routes that I've taken to go upstate. So that was another thing too.
Sketchy, they're just scenic. They're nice.
Scenic, yeah. But sketchy in the sense of like you're from the city and you're dumb and you don't know any better and you're like, oh, is this how people live out here in the sticks?
Comfortably, yes.
Comfortably, no noise. Weird. Anyway, so
even though I lived in a city area in upstate New York.
So I think the only other thing that I wanted to talk about, did you guys touch on the Jenga game at all?
No, actually, we didn't talk about it at all.
Okay, so
they only removed the centerpieces, and it pissed me off.
Oh yeah, that's me. That's fine. But then they got to a point where like there is no way that doesn't make sense that this Jenga thing is still up. He removed the whole middle and side. I'm like, how is this thing still standing? It's wild. That made me question everything. By the way,
Maggie removed the one that was on the very side. That there was one block holding up that whole thing. There's no way. There wasn't enough counterweight on the other side of it to hold it up.
Right. And there was still like a stack. Anyway.
Obviously they propped it up with something to be like, we don't want the tower to fall during the conversation. So just pull your blocks. And no one thought logically about which blocks to pull.
It's kind of full for when Gerald arrives.
Lauren was trying to be very funny and be like, let's see if they notice this. And did that on purpose.
Or it was a trick and we can't see the other blocks that are behind. I don't know. But that doesn't matter. I just thought it was wild. It was like, wait, how is this even possible? But Daryl Seymour says, I give this episode a 6 out of 10. And the episode, not that one. The episode focused a lot on the Maggie and Louise friendship, and I'm not a fan of it. Friendship, even. Oh, relationship. Sorry, I read that wrong. Hopefully we get a lot more of the other character stories in the next episode. Yeah, it's anyone's guess on where this goes next because of everything that happened at the end of the episode. And Maggie's state of mind by the end, too. Because we don't know where she's at after this. And also, Daryl says, I only see more Negan and Dillard. Which, we haven't seen that since the Ride of Valkyries in the last episode, which I'm still editing.
Dillard is going to find her ring and give it to Titicaca.
Oh. That might actually happen.
Oh, no. Why don't you respect my... Oh, wait. Bridget says same. All right. Well, I think... Bridget, do you want to hop on? Maybe we'll sign off together? Or are you able to? Boop, 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 boop. Because I think that's it, really. Yeah. I mean, overall, I was so heartened by this episode. I really, really enjoyed it. I really love the way they framed everything up till the point where the thing we saw happened, and then we realized it didn't happen, and it was so much sadder than I could have ever expected. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of the things in this episode are, and I don't even think we scratched the surface, or maybe we have finally scratched the surface, but a lot of this episode says the thing out loud that I've been saying for so long about Maggie, that you don't know what a prison it is to be locked into this prison of feeling like you can't be a certain way or you can't feel like you have a life. It's like we are the Walking Dead. Remember when we were saying that? We love that expression. We love it because we can't be alive until we figure out how to live. Mm-hmm. It was what it was supposed to be until we realized we've been doing it for too long. And then Daryl Dixon's like, we ain't the Walking Dead near the end of the series, the flagship series. So, which is supposed to tell you something. And then Maggie just didn't get the message. And I have similar feelings about Carol as well, and I think we're finally getting to see that now with her as well. I do love that we're seeing some parody there. So with that, I say thank you for being here. I didn't expect to be here, but I feel like I'm happy that I was able to be here for a little while.
I've been your host, Punky Brewster. You can find me
when I was laying down.
ko-fi.com/punkybrewster. It's PUNKYBRUISETER. And I was joined by
the part-time host, Lazy Gardner.
Jason Robb.
Part-timer, Neo's the one.
And Rob at Rob Stuff and Things. That's at Rob Stuff _N_Things. So Dave didn't have to do it this time at TikTok and YouTube.
Boom, boom. And I've been David Cameo. You could find me at Mist Yang. That's at MYSEYANG on all the socials, though.
Yeah,
I'm a very different
closet
person.
Somewhere.
Yeah, in a closet somewhere. Literally, right here, floating head. And all I have to say to sign off is, make a like a high, make a Chinese ho, bitch.
Is that considered racist now?
No, because
it's Pee Wee.
You should have said tiny ho.
Negata. Or
oh no.
Renegan.
Cancel
Regan.
Cancel him.
Hashtag Renegan.
Reagan.
Or Negata. Anyway, bye everybody.
And bye.
Bye.